So a bunch of people responded to the video. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about that.
Yeah?
That means that as many people feel passionately about this as we do.
Passionate.
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 Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles.
Hola, you amazing artists. We wanted to do an update video on the last video, the video that we posted yesterday about Clee's rant. She's the one that took point on that video because she felt very, very passionately about it. And she wanted to do the video. She was like, this video needs to happen.
I couldn't not do the video.
You can't help but want to speak the truth about what's going on, or at least our truth. Remember though, guys, this is our opinion.
That's
it always
true.
comes down to that. It is our opinion. As far as like any Etsy sellers that are out there that are like, I don't care, I'll do this. Whatever you choose is right for your business. You decide what to do. We are just, it's just our opinion.
Yeah, I do want to make that point. If this new promotion works for you, then by all means, do what is good for your business.
Yeah, the thing that I would have to do would be quite underhanded in order for me to be able to do it. Now, that's not across the board. There are Etsy has been pushing the free shipping thing
For a while.
And so I have these smaller items that I ship for free, but I eat the cost because the cost of shipping primarily is about $2. So I eat that cost. That works for those items. And for people out there that have shops that's pretty much where their price point falls, that's perfect. It works great for you. But any of my larger items, there's no way that I could offer free shipping without rolling in that price. And it feels deceptive to me.
Yeah, I think that's really the issue that struck the nerve, is that Etsy was suggesting that we roll those costs into the pricing, which just feels wrong.
Yeah, and it wasn't only that they suggested that we roll those prices in, but if we didn't do that we would suffer consequences of that our listings would not be promoted within their algorithm. That's where the underhanded nature of that came in. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of changes that have been taking place since the company went public, which is understandable because at one point when they're public, they've got a boardroom of people that are looking at the bottom line. Priorities shift when that happens. One of the comments that we kept getting was that, oh, well, they're doing this because they want to collect a percentage off of your shipping. And in actuality, they already started doing that. They started charging a percentage on shipping costs as well as the price of the piece.
Yeah, I believe they've been doing that for about a year now.
Yeah, and those are some of the changes that took place, and I kind of rolled with the punches with those because I was like, all right, I understand. They went public. There's going to be certain changes that take place. But with this new thing that they're releasing with the free shipping, they're going away from being the Etsy handmade, this is why we go to Etsy for the buyer. And they are basically trying to do a blanket marketing for all those buyers out there that go to Walmart to get the free shipping. You're not buying a handmade item where it needs to be packaged and shipped so that it doesn't get damaged upon delivery. You understand that shipping is going to cost money in order for it to ship safely. I picture a boardroom with like stuffy suit guys like, what we need to raise the bottom line is this, and like people that don't even buy handmade products are the ones that are sitting in there making decisions for this company. It doesn't make sense. Now, don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's true or not. It's what I imagine in my mind because some of these decisions are very commercial and big box based. They're not based on the qualities that separated Etsy from being like an Amazon or like any of these other, or like even eBay. It was a place where you knew that things were handmade, and that has slowly shifted since 2017.
Which, by the way, I'm going to take this opportunity to make a correction to the rant video in which I said Best Buy, Walmart, Target don't offer free shipping on orders of $35. It turns out they do.
Yeah, they do.
So that was my mistake. My bad, guys. But to that, my response is, that's awesome. They can totally afford to. I didn't think that we as Etsy sellers were ever going to be asked to play in that arena.
Yeah, exactly. And it'd be a different story if Etsy said, listen, guys, we are going to offer free shipping and we are going to cover the cost. Or if you go into this program with us, we will pay at least half of the shipping. Something like that. Something around those lines.
I think people are aware enough to realize that you're not going to get the same experience on Etsy that you're going to get on Target
Yeah.
and vice versa. I
Yeah.
don't think people expect that.
A lot of our customers that have bought from us on there saw the video and they have written into Etsy and they have written to us and told us like it's not about that. That's not why we go to Etsy. We know that these are small businesses on Etsy. But there have been a lot of changes like that. I remember years ago, if you went on Etsy, there was no way that you were going to find some of the cut corner pricing that you find on Etsy now with some of the shops. You could tell that the shops are not, they're not legit.
Yeah, there are a lot of mass production shops that are kind of masquerading as mom and pops and a lot of lowball pricing. And actually, the thing that really frustrates me is that this move on Etsy's part is making that gap bigger.
Yeah.
As far as we're being asked to compete with big box, and we're also being asked to compete with each other in a shady bid for higher ranking. There's already this competition of I want to keep my pricing fair, but I have to contend with all these shops that are offering absurdly low prices already.
I am not a contrarian type of person. I'm not the kind of person that is like, I'm against this or I go against that. If anything, I think about where it is that I need to move next for the future. And the honest truth is that when I look at this entire thing, and a lot of people will disagree with me there on Etsy, but when I look at this entire thing, the fact of the matter is that I pay Etsy for the service of being able to show the stuff. Essentially, they work for me. I do not work for them. They're not paying me. It is my money. It is my stuff that I am putting out there. I just use them as a platform. And for them to try and dictate my business and tell me what to do, that is crossing a line that doesn't belong to them. It has gone from the person that creates and makes and sells to the consumer. So Etsy has just crossed over into that consumerism market, which offers the free shipping and does all that stuff. So it's no longer a platform that I can really stand up for and recommend because it doesn't meet my values. Now, I'm not talking for every artist out there. There are artists out there that doesn't matter to them, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Now, a lot of you have written in with comments and emails and messages, and a lot of you have already made the decision what you're going to do, and a lot of you have said, well, what are we going to do? And what are you guys going to do?
We're not going to leave Etsy right away because I have like 400 items on Etsy and it would be a huge overhaul for me to just directly move my stuff. Our stores are done through Etsy Pattern, which is a separate part of Etsy, which is a shop that has all the stuff that is on Etsy, but is separate from Etsy. The reason that was such a benefit was that we had our own shop. And we also had the community marketplace of Etsy, which was one of the benefits that I used to preach. One of the things that I never did on Etsy was promote my listings because I always did try to get my own traffic to my site. A lot of you were like, well, we put our stuff on Etsy and nothing happened after 6 months. And honestly, you could put your stuff anywhere and nothing is going to happen. You have to promote your stuff. You have to show people that your stuff is there, guide people to that place so they could buy your stuff. So whatever you decide to do moving forward, just remember that. Moving forward, and it's going to be a very slow move, one of the things we might do is look into Shopify to replace the pattern sites. That's something that we're looking into. We also have WooCommerce on our site, so we might do a combined store on our site and then have our separate stores through Shopify. That's overkill, but that's kind of how we roll anyway when it comes to that stuff.
Not us. We may or may not long-term keep our Etsy shops open, but we are preparing ourselves for whatever happens.
At this point, I'm going to keep my store open because that is convenient, and I'm going to wait and see what happens with these policies. But either way, I'm still going to be making a move so that I don't have all my eggs in one basket. Because right now, my eggs are in the Pattern and the Etsy basket, and I need to move it somewhere else so that I have all my bases covered.
I think that's an important and good point overall as a creative or an entrepreneur is don't invest all your time and resources and efforts into one platform because anything could happen.
They could decide to close their doors. Etsy might decide to blackball us.
They could blackball us.
Yeah. As far as like which places to sell, I don't know, you guys. Like I said, I'm looking into Shopify because that's your own store. I'm looking into WooCommerce because that would be my own store. I have full control over what happens with those. It's not a community-based platform like Etsy. They have their own community, so they get a little big for their britches every once in a while, like I feel like this move is.
They get the foot traffic, which is awesome, but I think they've stepped across a line.
Yeah.
You guys that buy on Etsy, you guys that sell on Etsy, you guys that use Etsy in whichever format you do, whatever you choose to do, if you choose to continue using Etsy as a buyer and seller, if you choose to move away from Etsy, if you choose to take a pause and see how it plays out, we support your decision.
Any of the makers or artists or jewelers that are on Etsy, we absolutely support you. We don't want people to not go to Etsy and buy stuff because you're the ones that are going to suffer. I want people to still support the small businesses that are on there that are doing everything that they possibly can to make money, to make an income so they can make more art. Yeah, you have shops of lapidary artists on Etsy where you buy stones, and you're not going to take that business away from them just because they're using Etsy as their platform.
No, I'm not. And whether they decide to do the free shipping thing or to keep away from it, I want to support those businesses.
I'm not a big fan of boycotting Etsy because it'll be those small businesses that suffer from it. But I also cannot personally support Etsy's move here. That's it. I wanted to make that clear. I wanted to let you guys know where our plan is. Our plan is basically to just cover our butts by making sure that we have several sources of income coming in and not just all our eggs in the Etsy basket.
And we wanted to let you know that we are going to continue to update you guys on the avenues that we explore as far as our e-commerce adventures.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And anything that we find to be successful or unsuccessful, you know, you guys will see it all right there along with us.
Yep.
And we just want this to continue to be a platform where we can voice our opinions and share our thoughts. And I also wanted to let you guys know that if you want to share your thoughts, concerns, opinions with Etsy directly, we are going to be putting the link to their email in the description.
Yeah, what is the link?
Support@Etsy.com.
Support@Etsy.com. So yeah, if you want to voice your opinion to them, tell them how you feel about it, then yeah, absolutely write them. And that's it, you guys. Just wanted to give you an update. And thank you so much for the overwhelming amount of support that we've gotten, not only from our YouTube followers, but from our customers online, from our social media peeps.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for the support. We freaking adore you guys.
Absolutely. You guys are brilliant. The response has been tremendous. You guys have offered insights and questions and things that we hadn't necessarily even thought of, ideas for moving forward. It really feels amazing to be connected with you guys.
Yeah, we love you guys. We love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I guess that's it. Say goodbye, Clee.
Good day.
Adios.